Welcome back to the channel, guys. It's your boy Elijah. Obviously, you see the shamelessness that is going on. Jersey, 2 scarves. I turned one scarf into a headband, turban, bandana, whatever, bro. Like, it's April 28th. Supposed to record this last night. Had everything ready, set to go, but the quality wasn't good. Quality wasn't up to standard. You know, we want to make this a real thing. We want to get more followers and all that good stuff. Got to put out good content. I didn't do my job right. So, but obviously, like I said, the shamelessness continues. Liverpool, 20 times champions of England, most successful club in English football. End of story. You already know what's going on. You already know what it is. You already know how I feel about this. Feed this. This for me. This means something to me. This means something to me. Like The Rock would say, you know, gives me goosebumps. You know what I'm saying? So don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. Thank you for 100 subscribers. We're on the way up. We're on the way up. Much love. And let's get into the topic at hand. We're going to talk about titles. We're going to talk about English football history. We're going to talk about first impressions, like I said, and greatness. I mean, what more? Like, this is huge. This is huge. This is seismic in terms of English football history. This is very, very huge. Let's get straight into the results. Liverpool, Anfield. The party is ready to party. Okay, the locals are there. Your international fans are there. The club legends are there. Kenny's there. Ian Rush is there. You had Moby doing commentary. You know, John Aldridge doing commentary with Steve Hunter. Shout out to the LFC TV commentary. I mean, if you talk about club bias commentaries, bro, that top five easily, and it's not 5. Obviously, the wind is winding. Obviously, you can see that. But as I continue here, obviously, the legends are there. I mean, Robbie Fowler's there. Steve McManaman's there. You know, one of my childhood favorites, and then Michael Owen is also there, even though he broke my heart. It's crazy, but a point wins the title. That's all it took. A point gets us over the gold line, the dotted line, and that adds a gold C next to our name in champions. And Liverpool got that done. Obviously, that's why you see the shamelessness today. Liverpool 5, Tottenham Hotspur 1. The perfect opposition for the day. The perfect opposition for the occasion. The perfect team to play that day. It was Tottenham Hotspur. No disrespect to Tottenham and its club. I mean, I hope they go and perhaps win Europa League, which I think they can. I mean, you trust Manchester United? Heck no. You trust Atletico Bilbao? I mean, you could even trust Bordeaux Glimt, but Tottenham, I think, have the legitimate chance to actually win a European trophy. Apologies for the wind again, but guys, I mean, there was only one team on that field today, and that was Liverpool Football Club. End of. It was meant for us. It meant to happen. It meant to be. It needed to happen, and it did happen. Now, we'll start off with Luis Diaz, who scores, but it's Dominic Solanke who opens the scoring, who actually shushes the crowd. Like, not that he shushed the crowd, but the goal in itself actually brought quietness to the stadium. The stadium was rocking. The You'll Never Walk Alone at the beginning, before proceedings started, beautiful. I mean, the whole stadium was just... When I was at Klopp's farewell, that was one thing. But that day, that was something different. And if you're watching it to TV, like, it sounded beautiful. It sounded absolutely beautiful. Now, Solanke scores. Brilliant header. These guys never make it easy for us. Yes, we do have one of the best defensive performances in the league in terms of statistics, but these guys never make it easy. I don't know why, but Arne Slot even said it himself. These guys never make it easy for themselves. I don't get it. Solanke scores, former Liverpool player. I'm just here like, damn, man. Like, he's one of those could have beens, to be fair. But I think the injuries and the lack of playtime, the lack of performances, he had to go somewhere else, unfortunately. And Tottenham goes up 1-0. You're thinking, all right, I mean, it's cool. We're going to get one some way, one way or another. I'm going to find you. I'm going to get you one way. Maybe a few minutes later, Luis Diaz scores. Look, at that point, at 1-1, I'm already here like, yeah, this game is wraps. Because at that point, you only need a point. You need a point. You don't need to do anything else. You just need a point. He has been one of the big cogs in this machine that is Liverpool Football Club, or in the Premier League per se. And he has played an important role. You know, fans on social media, especially on X, who like to overreact and try to poke too much into things. The guy's been fantastic. The guy's been fantastic. When we needed somebody to step up, that wasn't a Salah, that wasn't a Gakpo, or even a Jota, Diaz was there, and he stepped up. And that was huge. At 1-1, you can now feel like, okay, the party can now slowly start to, the noise can slowly start to build. The noise can slowly start to become, paramount, become, bigger and bigger. 2-1 happens. Cody flipping Gakpo. The Dutch admiral. See, Van Dijk is the general, commander-in-chief, but I call Cody Gakpo the admiral because Mr. Carabao Cup, goals against the teams in the Big Six. I mean, if nobody else was going to do it, he does it. And Cody was huge. And the celebration took me back to my young days as a kid. If you remember 2007, you were Champions League final against Milan in Athens. We lost, unfortunately. But Kaka had his shirt where it said, "I belong to Jesus." I'm a Christian man. It's in the profile. Love of God, sports, good people, good vibes, and it means a lot. Whether you're a Muslim, whether you're a Christian, whether you're a Buddhist, Taoist, all that good stuff. What you believe in is you. But when you also get to express that in a public space, when you get to be yourself, especially in a sporting occasion like, say, a basketball court or a football field, American football field, a rugby pitch, stuff like that, it's awesome because people now get to gravitate towards you. People get to relate towards you. I've seen the Instagram posts after the game and how many people just appreciated him for who he was as a person and for doing what he did. Fantastic moment. We're up 2-1. I mean, now at this point, I'm like, yeah, this game it's over. It's really, really over, because do you really think Tottenham can turn this around? Their heads dropped. Ange couldn't do anything about it. Defensively, they weren't as great. Outside of the one goal they got, I don't think Tottenham were really dangerous or effective. They weren't giving us as much trouble. You can say at a certain point this game was a procession. It was a procession to the title, and a much, much well-deserved title at that. 3-1. We're up. We're cooking. I mean, at this point, you're just kind of like, all right. Now, this is just my reaction. I'm just kind of like, all right, bro, like, what's next? Like, ref, just blow the whistle, because at 3-1, sorry about the noise. At 3-1, you're now starting to question, okay, is Liverpool going to put 4, 5, 6, 7 maybe? Because now at this point, Tottenham really started to look out of sorts. 4-1. Cometh the hour, cometh the man. The one, the only. The man from Egypt. Mohamed Salah. Do I need to explain who Mohamed Salah is? Mohamed Salah is literally a phenomenon. Mohamed Salah is literally you can't explain who this guy is, because he's just something else. He's a 8-time one-season wonder. Yes, that's for the haters. That was directed towards the haters, because he's always called a one-season wonder. People doubted him, especially after he was sold to Chelsea. He left Chelsea, went to Italy, and then Italy came back and stuff of that nature. And he's proven his doubters, his haters, his critics wrong, season after season after season after season. What more do you want the guy What more do you want from the guy? He's now sitting on 185 goals, which is most by an international player ever. The man surpassed Aguero, who has the iconic moment in Premier League history. 92-38, bro. The guy is a bona fide legend. That's all. If Mo Salah is not in your top 10, top 5 Premier League players all time, I question if you watch the game. I question if you watch this league. I question if you watch the sport. It makes no sense. It makes no sense to disrespect a man who's been doing what he's been doing for the last 8 years. It makes no sense. Let's move to 5-1. Okay. Udogie, okay, bro. Udogie was there for vibes. Udogie just happened to just have a foot there. Unlucky. Goalkeeper was just like, oh, damn, well, 5-1. And at that point, I'm just like, think about it, we still have like 20 minutes to go at 5-1. 15, 20 minutes to go. So you're kind of like, Liverpool might score 7. And we should have scored 7. Obviously, one man I did not forget to mention, I'm going to mention him next. Going back to the third goal, I left him out for a reason. Alexis Mac Allister. Ladies and gentlemen, we're talking about a man that has completed football, you could say that. Won the league in Argentina with Boca Juniors. Came to Liverpool, won the League Cup, won the Premier League, and he has that illustrious WC with him. He has that World Cup medal, and he is living his best life right now. If you remember in the post-game celebrations, obviously, especially with the stuff that's been going on between France and Argentina, getting to see, Mac Allister put the Argentina flag on Ibrahima Konate. I'm over here thinking that Mac Allister possibly has healed racism. I'm being shameless. I'm sorry. I'm being shameless. But he is one of those genuine good guys in the sport. He's one of the good guys that we need. We have a lot of, especially like when you look in Spain, you look in Italy, you look even in England itself. We do have our villains. We do have our anti-heroes, but Alexis Mac Allister is a literal protagonist. He is a good guy, and I appreciate him for who he is. 89th minute. I mean, actually, 89th minute. 93-59. Peter Drury says, "It's come. The time has come." I was like, wow. Ball gets kicked into the air. You see the management. You see Heitinga. You see the crew kind of, arm in arm, shoulder to shoulder with Slot, and whistle blows. You see the bench players running onto the field. This is something that stadium, the fan base has missed out on in 2020. I wish we got to do it in March of 2020, but obviously, COVID ended up happening because we were just so damn far ahead of everybody. Getting to see the fans and that roar was just wow. Hear John Champion's commentary on NBC where he says, he talks about the slot machine, which I think was very, 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 very good touch there. Very, very good touch. And here we are, guys. Like, Liverpool has won the Premier League. Like, I look at this scarf. I get to relive this moment again. I get to relive this moment right here again. I cried a bit because this is what sports is about. I'm a guy who's won a national championship in rugby before. Winning a championship in sports is not easy. Winning in life, succeeding in life, whether it be sports, whatever you do, it's not easy. It's not an easy thing to do. And getting to meet your goals, getting to accomplish your goals, when in the face of adversity, in the face of doubt, it just makes the feat greater. And this is where we go into talking about first impressions. Arne Slot walked into this league. Nobody knew who he was. Some may have. You know, he wanted to get the Tottenham job. People wanted him to get the Tottenham job. He turned it down. He's with Feyenoord. He wins the cup. He wins the league. He gets to a European final against Roma, as you remember, the Conference League in 22. Lost, unfortunately. But he gets here, and the first, and I mean, not even the first, but you could tell, yes, it was Klopp's players, but this was Slot's voice. I've told friends when Klopp left, we needed a new voice. When Klopp decided to leave, the decision was right because we needed a new voice. And Slot has been that voice. And that voice took us to #1 in the Champions League. Unfortunately, we were eliminated early. Took us to another League Cup final. Unfortunately, we lost. And it took us on a 32 game week streak at the top of the table. We will be at the end of the season, May 25th, 2025. Liverpool will be top of the league for 32 straight weeks. Champions with 4 games to go. Only 3 teams have won the league earlier than that, including that man right here. It's an amazing feat. It's an amazing feat. 5th manager to win the league in his debut season. You have Jose, walked in, he said he's a special one, did his thing at Chelsea. League Cup, League double. Ancelotti walks in, does the double, FA Cup, League. Pellegrini walks in. Unfortunately, we let things slip, but he wins the league with Man City 13-14. Ancelotti comes in, or not Ancelotti, Conte, 16-17, walks in, does his thing. And then there's Arne Slot, man. First Dutch manager to do it. Van Dijk, first Dutch captain to do it. They asked him, who was the Dutch captain that won the Premier League, that has led a club to the Premier League? He tried to literally answer and they told him no one. You're #1, bro. You're #1. Let's talk about English football history. Like I said, 10, 15, 20 minutes of your time. And then we can go back to being shameless as always. This is just shamelessness #1. This is level 1. I already got more stuff coming in. It's gonna be scary during trophy lift day. It's gonna be very scary. This is the 75th total honor that the club has won, whether it be minor or major. And this is the 70th major honor for the club. Both are records. This is the 20th league title. This is a joint record. Liverpool Football Club is the biggest club in England. I don't care if you're an Arsenal fan. I don't care if you're a City, United, especially United fan. I really don't care what you think. I'm only going to, the thing is, you cannot argue with history. You cannot argue with numbers. You cannot argue with facts. Fan bases cannot be quantified because there's too many people in the world. You cannot quantify emotion, feel, but you can quantify trophies. You can quantify history. And Liverpool has the history to back it up. Bill Shankly once said, "This is the bread and butter. We want to win this all the time." Europe is cool. Great for the country. But this league, that's the bread and butter. And we got the bread and butter. And we want to keep winning our bread and butter. Slot said something very, very key where he says, Liverpool must compete for trophies on a consistent basis. Liverpool must be there because we are that type of club. We're that type of club. We need to be there on a consistent basis. Now, before I wrap up, where do we go from here? My shamelessness tells me we're going to go back to back next year, which is crazy. Because 21 title, okay, at title 21, that's when things become very scary. But right now, Liverpool needs to strengthen. Players are going to leave, unfortunately. And the Fenway Sports Group needs to do due diligence. AKA LinkedIn FC, Michael Hughes, no. Mike and Richard. I'm gonna just do it like that. I'm not gonna botch people's names today because I'm just so damn shameless. I'm tired. I mean, I'm in a great mood. Like, I gotta go to the gym after this. This is just me. The thing about my content is this is just me. It's none of this, you know, like, it's gonna look professional and everything, but this is just me. The Fenway Sports Group will need to do its due diligence. Mike and Rich will have to put everything they got into turning this current team into a possible dynasty, which they can be if the money is spent wisely, if the players signed are wise signings. So we can do it. I believe in our manager. I backed him from day one. He was called all sorts of names. He was mocked. He was laughed at. People told us we were going to finish 5th, 7th, 8th. I heard somebody tell us we were going to finish bottom half. Here we are sitting at the top of the pile, the cream of the crop, the gold standard. We're back. Back on our perch, baby. Back on our perch. And that makes me so flipping happy. The liver bird is back where it needs to be. And it'll be there. It'll be there for quite some time. Now, Pep, gosh, Crystal Palace, I pray that you win that FA Cup final. I think if City wins that FA Cup, it could be a Kickstarter to getting their trophy back. But we're going to look at them and be like, hold on there, Mr. Guardiola, sir. Just because you won it 7 in 9 years, or how many long it was, does that mean you can just come in here, walk into our stadium, and just try to take that trophy away from us now? It's not how that works here, buddy. Yeah, you've been great. You got trophy records. Yeah, it's nice. But this is the big dogs now. We talking about the big dogs now, buddy. Next year will be interesting. I'm already looking. I think it's going to be another 3-horse race, but I expect us to be prepared to take care of business to win another title. There's room for growth. I'm excited for the future. And honestly, that's going to do it for me, guys. That's going to do it for me. There's going to be more reactionaries in the future. Going to do some basketball. Going to do some rugby stuff. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think. Thank you for getting me to 145 subscribers. Lots of room for growth. We're on our way up. God bless. If this guy here would stop, making noise, that'd be nice and all that. But that was disappointing. That was frustrating. Like I said, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you think about this. Liverpool fans, I encourage you. Premier League fans, football fans in general, let me know what you think this Liverpool team can do next. Because already winning a league already sets a high standard. And yes, there is room for improvement, but where do we go next? God bless. Remember, the shamelessness is non-existent. Shamelessness is non-existent. Okay? Shamelessness, very non-existent. But I'll see you next time. God bless.